Forget scorching sands. Envision a steel serpent slicing through the desert. The Etihad Railway, a 1,200-kilometer engineering marvel, isn't just defying the elements, it's revolutionizing the Middle East. Buckle up, or rather hop aboard, as we explore this sustainable marvel and its transformative impact on the region's future. Once known only for vast deserts, camels, and rich culture, the Middle East faced a new challenge: growth. As more people settled in, the leaders realized that to grow and thrive, they needed to come together, not just as one country, but as a united Gulf region. So, back in 2004, the 6 countries of the Gulf Cooperation Council decided to explore the idea of building something big, a railway that would stretch across their lands. After years of brainstorming and planning, they said, "Let's do it." And that's when Etihad Railway was born. In June 2009, under a federal law number 2, Etihad Railway was given the task of bringing this dream to life. Their mission? To create the first ever national railway network in the United Arab Emirates, connecting cities and people like never before. This incredible railway wasn't just about getting from one place to another. It was about linking the building cities and industrial hubs of the UAE with the rest of the Gulf region. With each track laid, they aimed to boost trade and bring communities closer together. According to Bloomberg, this ambitious project came with a hefty price tag, around $14 billion. But for Arabs, money has never been a problem, right? The government of Abu Dhabi took the lead, owning 70% of the project, while the federal government of the UAE pitched in the remaining 30%. Covering a whopping 1,200 kilometers, this railway wasn't just a local affair. It was part of a grand plan called the GCC Rail Program, set to connect the UAE with neighboring countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Oman. One stretch of the Etihad Railway reaches out to Saudi Arabia through Guat, while another heads eastward to Oman via Al Ain. Along the way, it passes through iconic cities like Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, and Dubai, before reaching the Northern Emirates and beyond, all the way to the sparkling shores of the Indian Ocean. But wait, let me tell you about the journey of the Etihad Rail. It's been quite the ride. Stage 1 was like cracking open a tough nut, but after some time, voila! In January 2016, the first leg of the rail became operational. Picture this, a 264-kilometer stretch linking the inland gas fields of Liwa in Shah to the bustling port town of Ruwais. It was a sight to behold, transporting granulated sulfur from its sources to be processed and shipped out. And it could handle 22,000 tons of sulfur daily. Now, let's fast forward to Stage 2, which made its grand entrance on February 28, 2023. This time, it's stretching even further, 605 kilometers from Gawifat at the Saudi border to Fujairah on the east coast. Package A, the star of the show, runs for 139 kilometers from Gawifat to Ruwais, marking the first ever rail connection between the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Who would have thought? Package B and C, which connected Stage 1 to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, landed in the capable hands of a joint venture between the China Railway Construction Corporation and the Gantu Transport and General Contracting Company. Package D didn't want to miss out on the fun either, spanning 145 kilometers and linking up to the port of Fujairah, making sure no stone was left unturned in this railway adventure. Attention has now turned toward the upcoming launch of passenger service, with the ambitious aim of transporting 36.5 million passengers daily between the UAE's major cities by 2030. This network, seamlessly integrated with smart transportation solutions, promises to significantly cut down travel times. Imagine zipping from Abu Dhabi to Dubai in just 50 minutes, or from Abu Dhabi to Fujairah in a mere 100 minutes. The passenger trains will zoom along at speeds of up to 200 kilometers per hour, accommodating approximately 400 passengers each. In an exciting development, plans are underway for luxury passenger trains to ply the route between the serene Liwa Desert in Abu Dhabi and the Emirate of Fujairah, courtesy of a partnership with Italy's Arsenal Group, inspired by the iconic Orient Express. These luxury coaches will embody Emirati culture and craftsmanship, crafted in the south of Italy. Once operational, passengers will be treated to breathtaking views as the train traverses through Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Fujairah, and beyond, with majestic mountains on one side and the shimmering sea on the other. The first passenger train station will grace the landscape in Fujairah, serving as a central hub connecting 11 key areas across the UAE. From Al Ain to Fujairah, logistics are already in motion, with a preliminary agreement inked with ride-hailing service Uber. While the exact start date for the passenger rail service remains undisclosed, progress continues apace, with over 2/3 of the line already constructed. Now, some people might question the hefty investment in such a project, given the UAE's well-established ground transportation infrastructure. However, the Etihad Rail project transcends more railroads. It's a cornerstone of Abu Dhabi's economic vision for 2030, aligned with the vision it seeks to diversify the region's economy, fostering socio-economic growth and bolstering the country's market position. Estimates suggest that this network could unlock economic opportunities worth up to $200 billion, revolutionizing industries across the GCC region. Beyond economic gains, Etihad Rail promises environmental benefits too, reducing greenhouse emissions by over 2.2 million tons annually, presents a significant stride towards the UAE's commitment to the Net Zero 2050 agenda. This sustainable alternative for freight and passenger transportation not only alleviates road congestion, but also fosters a greener, more sustainable future for generations to come. Also, according to an expert at the Middle East Institute, the project's progress has been slowed down by the UAE's Emirates holding onto a lot of power. This challenge shows how the idea of concentrating political power nationally is still pretty new. Also, some people think that there's some politicking happening between Saudi Arabia and Dubai. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 plans to make NEOM City for tourists and build a towering Jeddah Tower, which might upset fans of the Burj Khalifa. But there's also talk about Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 aiming to bring neighboring countries together. In terms of social benefits, the railway will link countryside areas with cities, making travel easier and bringing more economic advantages to these regions. Etihad Rail predicts that the time saved for drivers switching to the rail network will be worth 10 billion dirham over 40 years. They also think that there will be fewer car accidents on the country's roads because of the shift to rail, estimating 670 fewer crashes and 52 fewer deaths each year. They believe that these changes will lead to benefits totaling 20 billion dirhams over 40 years. The freight trains chugging along the Etihad rail network are no ordinary trains. They're built tough to tackle the rugged terrain of the desert, where scorching temperatures and shifting sands are just part of the daily grind. These trains aren't just transportation, they're feats of engineering, specially crafted to endure the harsh conditions of the desert environment. Firstly, let's talk about the geographical terrain. The desert landscape of the UAE presents unique challenges for any mode of transportation, let alone trains. The terrain is uneven, with dunes, rocky outcrops, and vast stretches of open sand. Navigating through this unforgiving landscape requires trains that are not only powerful, but also resilient. The freight trains of the Etihad rail network are equipped with sturdy suspension systems and reinforced undercarriages to handle the bumps and jolts of the desert terrain with ease. Then there's the matter of temperature. The desert climate is known for its extreme heat, especially during the long summer months when temperatures can soar well above 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. For trains operating in such conditions, overheating is a real concern. To combat this, the freight trains of the Etihad rail network are outfitted with advanced cooling systems to keep their engines running smoothly, even in the blistering heat of the desert. Humidity is another factor that can wreak havoc on machinery in the desert. While the UAE is not typically known for high humidity levels, there are times when moisture in the air can cause issues, especially during the cooler winter months. The freight trains of the Etihad rail network are designed to be moisture resistant, with sealed compartments and corrosion resistant materials to protect vital components from rust and deterioration. Now, what do you guys think about this masterpiece? Do let us know in the comments.